Do you know that the richest man in history wasn't European or American? Yes, centuries before Europe rose to power, Africa was home to kings whose wealth, influence, and knowledge rivaled the entire world. His name was Mansa Musa, a name that shook continents and reshaped economies. Today, we uncover a story that most schools never taught. This is the story of Africa's hidden empire, of wealth, power, and knowledge that was almost erased from history. Mansa Musa was born in the early 14th century into a powerful family, part of the royal lineage that would shape the future of Mali. From an early age, he was groomed for leadership. He learned the intricacies of governance, trade, and diplomacy. When he ascended the throne, the Mali Empire stretched across vast lands, controlling trade routes, gold mines, and some of the wealthiest cities in the world. Imagine inheriting not just a crown, but a kingdom overflowing with wealth, culture, and knowledge. That was Mansa Musa's inheritance. The Mali Empire was not just rich, it was magnificent. Gold mines in the region produced more wealth than most of the world had ever seen. Salt, ivory, and other trade goods brought merchants from across Africa and beyond. Cities like Timbuktu, Gao, and Janneh became hubs of commerce, culture, and education. Picture the streets, markets bustling with traders, gold shining under the African sun, scholars debating philosophy, medicine, mathematics, and theology in open courtyards. Mansa Musa's rule was marked not only by wealth, but by stability. His governance allowed the empire to thrive, making Mali one of the most advanced civilizations of its time. In 1324, Mansa Musa embarked on a journey that would become legendary, his pilgrimage to Mecca. He traveled with thousands of soldiers, hundreds of attendants, and an unimaginable amount of gold. Caravans stretched for miles across the desert. Camels carried gold in abundance, and wherever he went, he gave generously to the poor, to local rulers, and to mosques. The impact of this pilgrimage was monumental. In Egypt, the sudden influx of gold caused prices to collapse, markets to fluctuate, and people to marvel at his wealth. Europe watched from afar in disbelief. Kings and scholars asked themselves, how could an African king possess more wealth than anyone else in the world? But Mansa Musa's journey was not just about wealth. It was a display of Africa's power, influence, and prestige on the global stage. While gold made him famous, Mansa Musa's greatest legacy was knowledge. He invested heavily in education. Cities like Timbuktu became centers of learning, home to libraries, universities, and scholars from across the Islamic world. Imagine walking through Timbuktu in the 14th century, students copying manuscripts by hand, scholars debating philosophy, medicine, mathematics, and theology. The University of Sankore alone housed tens of thousands of manuscripts covering law, astronomy, poetry, and more. Mansa Musa's empire became a beacon of knowledge, centuries ahead of Europe in many ways. Despite this incredible legacy, much of Mansa Musa's story was erased. When Europe began colonizing Africa centuries later, narratives were rewritten. Africa's greatness was downplayed, and the story of Mansa Musa, the richest man in history, was quietly forgotten. Books failed to tell his story. Names were omitted, achievements were ignored. But the truth cannot completely be buried. The wealth, power, and knowledge of Mali continue to echo through history, waiting for those willing to uncover it. Why didn't schools teach this? Why was Africa's power minimized in global history? Mansa Musa was more than a king of gold. He was a king of vision, education, and influence. Africa was not weak. Africa was powerful. Its kings, scholars, and cities shaped the world in ways that we are only now beginning to understand. His story reminds us that wealth is not only about gold, it is about knowledge, culture, and leadership.
So what other stories of Africa's hidden glory remain untold? Subscribe to History's Whisper and discover the history they tried to hide, because the truth is more powerful than gold.